Well, good morning. It's Friday the 25th. And I caught this morning. This is the local Fox affiliate in Indianapolis. This is one of their meteorologists in the AM who has on numerous occasions thrown out the devil horns, shows the globe Earth, tells you that you can see the space station for 3 minutes or at such and such time. And how come you can't only see that once every, I don't know, month or 3 or 4 weeks? If it's going at 17,000 miles an hour around a 24,000 mile circumference ball, it should be in the sky about every hour and a half as it makes its rotation. And they never tell you which way it's going, if it's going north to south, east to west. High altitude aircraft. But anyhow, let's get back on topic. I went to their website, and I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. This is about the moon and going back in 2024, and they got one of their specialists on. Listen to all this bull crap.
Coming together this weekend for International Observe the Moon Night. It will be the best time to view the lunar landscape because the moon will be half illuminated. This is also a chance to talk about NASA's plan to return to the moon. Joining me live from Maryland right now is Ernie Wright, a NASA data visualizer. And I'm curious, why would this weekend be kind of the sweet spot for observing the moon?
Well, it's a lovely time to observe it because the moon is up high in the sky early in the evening, so you don't have to stay up really late to see it. You don't have to wake up early in the morning. And like you said, the terminator, that line between daytime and night, is pretty much in the middle of the moon. That throws a lot of the terrain into high relief, and you see lots of craters, and it looks really beautiful.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about learning a little bit more about the craters that we talked about.
Brainwashing
on top of
the
that,
children.
Really, I think kind of a bigger question is there's been so much talk about space, as of late, obviously with the asteroid that moved pretty close by yesterday, but also the fact that you guys are talking about going back to the moon in 2024.
That's right. I think
Legos.
50 years since Apollo went there, our technology has improved, our knowledge of the moon has improved enormously because of the data sent back by Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter and other lunar missions. I think it's an opportunity to answer a lot of the questions that were raised by what we learned from Apollo.
Ernie, I got to ask you, so I mean, you are a specialist when it comes to the moon. What are some of the things that we wouldn't know in general about the moon that you've learned over the past couple of decades?
I think the most surprising thing is that the moon is still alive. I mean, we used to have this idea that the moon is cold and dead and completely dry, and none of that is true. We're seeing moonquakes there, and we now have the sort of computer power to figure out exactly what the source of those is, like the epicenter. And so we know that some of the scarps on the moon, these are like cliffs, are actually formed by these moonquakes. So one side of the cliff is kind of lifting because the moon is continuing to sort of reverberate. And we've discovered water on the moon and other volatile chemicals and things we didn't expect to find.
So earthquakes cause the craters. Did you catch that?
Right. But particularly near
And
the
water.
poles, it's cold enough and dark enough to keep that from evaporating. And so there's the possibility that we could visit the South Pole and find water that's been there for billions of years and learn things about the history of the solar system that were unimaginable maybe 20 years ago.
Now, jumping ahead, I have to ask you, so is there like a planned trip? I know we're talking about going back to the moon, but actually try to get some of that ice, I guess, from the moon on the pole?
Yeah, I think we now have the possibility of going to places that Apollo couldn't go for technological reasons. And so the South Pole is one of the places that we'd like to visit. And that's where there are permanently shadowed regions that are collecting this water in the form of ice. So And aside from the scientific value of seeing what's in that ice, it also provides an opportunity for us to stay on the moon and create a sustainable presence there, because once you have water, you have oxygen and you have fuel and a way to sustain yourself on the surface of the moon.
That'd be pretty cool when that all goes down. Again, we got a couple more years though, Ernie. Hey, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And again, for more information, go to fox59.com/links to find out the best location, the best time to check out that moon this weekend. Jess?
Okay. The brainwashing down the road.